Hello, everyone. We got ourselves a fresh series coming at you. Spawning up at the top left for Team Envy/Abydos. It is Cure. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom right for Team Maturino. It is Astrea. In the red. Oh, this is an interesting pylon. Yeah, you're going to be able to build the full wall here very easily, and there's going to be no way to jump I think, anyways, I'm looking at this. There shouldn't be a way to jump a Reaper grenade through this spot. But it does mean that you can't hide a tech building here. No way to hide it behind. Cure, opening up double gas here. Okay. All right. I feel like I don't see Cure open up double gas in this matchup as much as we used to. But it does enable some nifty timings. You can do some very quick Widow Mine drops off this. Yeah, that's really what I think of as, like, the more dangerous thing. Obviously, there's also some other stuff, like some Reaper Hellion timings that Protoss has to be a little bit worried about. But it's not the worst thing. Astrea seeing no SCV at the natural, and he's like, okay. Well, you're probably double gassing me then. Didn't quite stick around long enough to see if it was Marine or Reaper. If you get up here around 151 and there's no Marine popping out, you can be pretty certain it's not going to be Marine first. You can be pretty sure of that. First Adept is already out. No, Cure. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, well, I mean, I guess there's not really a way to get back in. Twilight Council does get put down right in view. Interesting. Oh, Astrea just pulled off. Oh, please hit C. No, he's deleting it. Oh, wait. Oh, well, I was talking about the Reaper Hellion timings. Shading forward against double gas is always a little bit tricky. Always a little bit dangerous. Will be a Twilight Council coming in. There is no shield battery here. Oh, Adept does get taken down, but the grenade kind of working against Cure right there. That's going to lose him a Reaper. Does he have a grenade ready? He does. Oh, but he couldn't time it perfectly. It's so difficult to try and get that save. I appreciate that he tried. But with the Hellion and the Reaper going down, and no scout on the Twilight Council just yet, this is better for Astrea for sure. Robotics facility coming on in. I do like that he builds another pylon right here, because this is a very vulnerable pylon against any kind of push. Cure, by the way, is getting a siege tank, Viking, adding on this medevac here. Is Astrea going to go after the... If he goes after this mule, that would be really nice. He will get one SCV. Meanwhile, interception on the other units on the other side of the map, but a nice pickoff on the one Stalker. Good micro on the Cyclone here. Ooh, but here's the advantage of this pylon coming in. Not what I expected. Being able to warp into the fight. Oh, the dodge on the killing blow from the Stalkers here. Oh my god, that Cyclone getting so much value. 2 kills already. The micro from Cure, just magnificent here with this. And just before Blink comes through, how many SCVs went down? I think it was just the one. Yeah, just the one SCV. Cure getting some great value with these units. Oh, Viking. Huh. Intercepted. Very funny little positioning here. Cure with a little ambush in the middle of the map in case Astrea had started to move out. There's a third Nexus nearly completing. We do see a very interesting move here, which is the Cloaked Banshee. Not something you see every day in this matchup. And here comes the Hero Cyclone to praise Astrea. Okay, he is going to see this. That is a really magnificent scout. I think, did Kure spot this? No, he didn't. But Astrea sees it. And we'll be able to move in. Oh, does get one Marine. Kure trying to dodge shots on these Marines. Not able to do so. Astrea getting 4 pickoffs right there. That's actually a pretty big deal. And with an Immortal now popping out, I think Astrea might be able to flood this army. Oh, he's going to go for it. He jumps in on top of one of the tanks. Does take it down. But he eats some big tank shots on the back end. And here's that. Oh, the reinforcing pylon doesn't keep this gateway active. And now it's going to be the Cyclone and 4 Marines coming into the main base. What does Astrea lose here? Well, not actually anything. Oh, and he gets the medevac, too, from downtown. I don't even think he lost a probe there. No, he didn't. Oh, that is amazing right here for Astrea. He's going to move forward into the siege tanks. We'll get both of them. And his Cloaked Banshee, it's going to cloak up, but we're about to have an observer. A Marine does snipe down one of these stalkers. But this is a great position right now for Astrea. Kure is building his tech labs just now. How many probes go down? 3 probes. Those are the first 3 probes to die in this game. Astrea is up 11 workers. He's up a base. He's way ahead in tech. Stim and combat shields just started. The Colossus started first. Ooh, Banshee does try and get in here into the little pocket. Grabs a probe. But, there's already a shield battery completing at the 3rd base. Astrea has an observer. He's got 4 stalkers tracking this. Obviously, in terms of supply, it's nice to use 1 Banshee to occupy 4 stalkers. But Astrea can afford this supply. In fact, he's taking a 4th Nexus before he goes up to double Forge and finally starts up Charge at a bunch of additional gateways. This is... I love the way Astrea is following this up. He has read this game very well, knowing that Kure is going to be too good to just die to a counterattack. But knowing also that he can get away with some pretty big greed off of all that he's killed off. Now, Kure does have a 3rd command center on location, so he will be able to scale with Astrea for the meanwhile. Oh, look at that. Astrea actually delays the command center just a little bit with that 1 scouting zealot. Confirms the 3rd CC timing as well, which is really good information for Astrea. And I am looking at the way this game is playing out. If Astrea diligently chrono boosts his 1-1, I think he's going to have a pretty strong timing alongside that. With extended thermal lance, with charge, with maybe... I think he can have 3... Well, he can have actually 4 Colossus if he decides to go for it. But he can also build the Templar Archives and just get a War Prism, go from there. I think something for Astrea just spotted this army on the bottom side. Now, this is still a bit of a scary push timing. There is a Raven. Oh, nice job from Astrea. Baits out the Widowmine and just kills it off. Ghost Academy coming down. How many medevacs do we have? We got 4 medevacs. Kure needs to go into Viking production, but I don't know that he can really afford to. Well, he can afford to do it from a money perspective. 5th Nexus from Astrea. Very fast here. Now, Kure is one of the best split pushers in the business. He is so good at separating his army and going for these multi-prong attacks. Hallucinated Phoenix doesn't see the Ghost Academy, which is a little bit unfortunate. Astrea does have some zealots on the top side, but that's where Kure's going to send his 2nd army. However, big blink forward will grab the Raven. Panic anti-armor missiles are not going to be the move. And with only 1 medevac here, Astrea is going to be able to run down a lot of this army. If he keeps pushing on this left side, I don't know if Kure can stop it. Oh, there are a lot of zealots here. That's going to be enough to deal with this little force. It's not that little of a force, but, the zealots... Oh, nice job. He takes down the 1 Widowmine. 2nd one will burrow. Only gets a single probe. Good job from Astrea. on the split. And with 3 Colossus on this left side, do you want to go for this? You don't have to. You don't have to. And Astrea, oh. Okay, it's going to be fine. Is it? Loses a couple zealots, but that's not a big deal. Now, this army does come back in here. 5th Nexus during all this is completed. There's only 75 probes on the map, which is still a lot, but for 5 Nexus, it's not that many. No recall available at this Nexus. We are going to see an attack coming in on the front line. There is a couple of tanks, but they weren't the best protected. Warp Prism will get its warp in off and will not go down either. This is going to be a crushing victory for Astrea. He'll lose the Nexus on the other side of the map, but he's winning the game at this Terran 3rd base. Ooh, don't want to lose Colossus to a missile turret, but he won't. Warp Prism almost going to fall here, but not quite. Now more Stalkers going to warp in. This will be too much to handle. Other side of the map, the counterattack is getting a lot of work done, but Astrea is not hesitating. He's going straight for the throat, and he is going to be able to prevent this from turning into a base trade. This is going to be a Game 1 victory here for Astrea. And very well done by the American Protoss. Playing an excellent game number 1. 2-2 completes. And so too does Cure's chances in this game. GG, Game 1 goes to Astrea. All right, here we go for game number 2. Spawning up at the top right. It is Cure. And his opponent spawning down on the bottom left for Team Maturino. It is Astrea. In the red. Just a great game overall there from Astrea. Cure did have some things going for him, but the Banshees really didn't pay off. The first push looked really good, especially with that micro on the Cyclone. Very well done. But Astrea was able to shut the follow-up down. That was just a really great game, and Astrea has been showing brilliance in his play in recent history. I really do think he's on the verge of a big leap forward in terms of his strength. And as it stands right now, if we look at Aligulac and that measurement, and honestly, if you just look at standard macro games in general, Cure is currently, in my opinion, and also according to the numbers, he is currently the best TVP player in the world. And now people are going to say Maru is better, and I think in terms of a preparation-based series, yeah, absolutely, I'll give him the edge. But in terms of a straight-up macro game, I think Cure is right now the strongest. So Astrea taking game number 1, and in the fashion that he did it, is pretty telling for how good he is looking right now. Now, this is a cool little opener here from both players. Both players getting some nice little economic edges. Astrea going Gate Nexus before Cybernetic score. And actually very quick in the Twilight Council as well, so quite nice on the tech follow-up. And Cure, for his part, going for the 1-Rax expand, cutting the Marine in order to get the faster command center down. And that's a really nice little adjustment to his build as well. If there's no probe to block the command center, you get it down, 3, 4, 5 seconds faster. You also get yourself a faster orbital command, which is a faster mule on the follow-through. Just generally speaking, it's a nice little way to get yourself a small economic edge. Really nice. Oh, Hellion just getting past this Adept. Cure with the quick depot raise. Obviously, you don't want to have your depots up for too long because you want to be able to keep sending those SEDs down to the natural. Nice little wall from Astrea here. Cure does see there's a robotics facility in the wall. Now, that could be a Stargate, but unlikely. Oh, and we're going to see Astrea doing something that we almost never see him do, it feels like. And that's going to be 4-gate blink. Cure for his part, he is going to be going for another early medevac here. Didn't build the Cyclone, so this is just going to be a Marine drop. Yep, cheeky little 7 Marine drop here. Widowmine instead of the Cyclone. Looking for a unit. This is a really oddly placed Widowmine. But sometimes by placing it oddly, you can be more likely to get pickoffs with it. Now, is Cure just shift-clicking this? Oh, yeah, he's got this heading right for the natural. I wonder if this is going to go into the main natural mineral line. Ooh, Astrea does get a couple of pot shots on the medevac, which is kind of nice. Blink is not yet done. It is a very fast blink, but it's not fast enough just yet. But 2 more gateways do complete. Widowmine. Oh, it's going to walk into the natural. Uh-oh. 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 No, Astrea. No. No, all the probes. Oh, it's 12 probes. It's carnage. It's a huge bait from Cure. And it's a brilliant maneuver for him. That might have just won him the game. That might have just won him the game. Astrea's going to have to get a lot done with the counterattack. There's already tank production started up. First one's out. Second one resuming. Well, tank production resuming. Second one on the way. Widowmine does get cleaned up by this Adept. Good job from Astrea. Ooh. Oh, the Hellion. Oh, my God. It survives with 3 HP. That's actually going to distract a little bit here. He can't get a probe, right? No. But he will draw these 2 Stalkers back. And Astrea needs everything attacking right now to try and have a chance of winning this game. Really nice little wall in the natural, by the way, here from Cure. Astrea does see where the tank is. He's able to pick up the 1 Stalker that ate the tank shot. Only takes a little bit of hull damage. The reason it took hull damage is because of the Marines here. Part of what makes... oh, we do see the drop coming back into the main base. Looks like it does get dealt with pretty effectively. The thing is, Cure's up 9 workers right now. And of course, he's got mules. He's got stim on the way, +1 weapons on the way. Cure is absolutely happy to just sit here. Astrea is the one who must get something done. Really nice little wall at the natural. It's going to mean that if Astrea wants to get this tank, he's got to commit hard. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. He draws the fire, but a nice reversal by Cure right there, attacking the, retargeting the tank right in the middle of those Stalkers, so it gets a big shot. Now, 5 SCVs do go down during all this. Ooh, a big blink forward in on top of the tank and the main base as well. Is able to find it. So Astrea does get a little bit of work done here. But Stim is now going to complete. Astrea finds a Marauder. It takes a lot of hull damage on these Stalkers to do so. And behind all this, just now, Astrea starts up the 3rd Nexus. Cure is still up 5 workers. He's got a big tech advantage at this point in the game. And the Observer does spot the command center, but he loses it. He loses it. 3rd CC coming down at about the same time as the 3rd Nexus. Astrea needs to find something. He's going to blink forward. He finds the tank, but he's going to lose. Oh, he's going to lose so much here for this. And he knew he needed to try something. But unfortunately for him, that wasn't really it. He actually didn't lose anywhere near as much as I thought he would. But... oh, now we see the wall a little bit backfiring here. Does lose a depot. Cure, though, very good about staying on top of not getting supply blocked. And look at this. Speaking of which, speaking of staying on top of things, starts up +1 armor right away. Astrea trying to get up into Colossi or Disruptors. At this point, I think it has to be Disruptors. I think he's too far behind in tech for it to be anything else. Nice War Prism Micro right here from Astrea, able to grab 3 SCVs. And for the first time since that Widowmine shot, he actually does take a small nominal worker lead. But now he's on half the army supply of his opponent. And with concussive shells done, kiting against this Bioforce is just not it. It is going to be so difficult. He does grab a Marauder. And he gets out. Very well done from Astrea right there. And it's gonna try and go for Colossi. I don't think he's gonna survive to this. But even if he does, he also needs to snipe the Raven. Scan comes down, sees that there's a shield battery an Immortal. Might have been able to click the charge lot and see that it had its charge upgrade. You can, of course, click on the movement speed, and you'll see that. Nice little Zealot counterattack from Astrea, getting the just a couple of units here, and a nice little spot on the reinforcements as well. Astrea is doing about everything you could ask him to do. Does lose these 2 Stalkers, though, which is painful. He really needs to snipe that Raven to have any chance of a hold, in my opinion. Oh, well, this is actually really nice. Finds a tank. Okay, that's pretty great, but he still needs that Raven, and he's not going to get it. There's the interference matrix coming on in. Second Colossus is only about halfway done. Battery overcharge is available. Not going to be able to save the Robo. Oh, and the interference matrix number 2 goes through. About the best. Hang on, with battery overcharge and the charge lots getting their connections. Great War Prism micro from Astrea. Never mind. All he needed to do was micro like an utter god. And he's able to make the hold. Even with that hold, though, he did just have his tech kind of soft reset. He does still have extended thermal lance, and it is going to complete. Did the Raven survive? No, it did not. You know what? That was the absolute best that could have gone for Astrea. Oh my god. And now he's going to find these medevacs. Will blink forward in on top of them. Gets one with a few units inside. The War Prism micro is going to be good, but he's still going to lose even more. I think that was still a positive trade. Well, okay, looking at the resources lots, it's literally dead even. Oh, as I say that, counterattack on the other side of the map will get deflected. Cure able to get concussive shell slows on 3 of these Zealots, takes them out. Oh, 4 Zealots actually went down there. Double Robo. I mean, if Astrea can get up to 3 Colossus, maybe there's a shot. But this is where things get so nasty to deal with, is these split drops. Astrea knowing he can't really afford 1-1 just yet, even though it is a relatively cheap upgrade setup. There we go, starts it up now. He knows he needed stuff like the Colossus. The Dark Shrine is a little bit of an interesting move. Oh, here comes this quad drop into the main base. If Astrea could have jumped it before it got unloaded, maybe there was a shot. But now this looks so difficult. Such a great position for Cure. DTs are available. We do see force fields on the top side, but there's even Liberators here. And I think the one Colossus, no, it didn't get jumped. It went into the main to try and deal with this. But that means the 3rd base is forfeit. Cure, the split pushes were clean. He will take game number 2. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Kind of a little bit happy that it's going to game 3 because both players are playing great right now. Spawning down to the bottom right, it is Cure or Team Abydos NV. Team NV Abydos. Whatever you feel like. And his opponent spawning up at the top left for Matcherino. It is Astrea in the red. And I just want to say, I really do want to give kudos to Astrea for that defense at all against the big push. It was a fully loaded Raven in terms of energy. Maxed out Raven energy. It was a big Bioforce, a couple of tanks. The snipe on the one tank was great. Didn't manage to get the Raven, but he was able to defend with some brilliant War Prism micro. That is really what saved his bacon, was the War Prism micro. And of course, he had some solid positioning as well. Spotted the army reinforcing in the middle of the map as well with those couple of Stalkers, even though he lost them. But even with all of that being done so well, and the find on what was going to be a 5 medevac drop, it was still an even trade. Cure killed the robotics facility, which is what opened up that kill timing for the next 2 minutes or so. Now, if Astrea, because his defense was so good, even though it was still an even trade, he should have died. If you look at... So I like to think of StarCraft 2 in terms of expected value. So you look at 2 armies and you say, okay, this army, quote-unquote, should beat this other army. But, of course, that's where unit execution, micro, all that stuff, positioning, vision, you know, initiative, everything comes into play. And Astrea was able to survive that moment. So he took an expected value of maybe like, I would say like below 5% chance of surviving. And he did survive it. And if he could have found that big 4 medevac drop with his big group of Stalkers before it got unloaded in the main base, then all of a sudden, that kill timing that Cure was able to find doesn't look so bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. Because then Astrea's on 3 Colossus. You know, he's able to maybe even get a 4th Colossus, splits his army into 2 Colossus and a bunch of gateway units on each side. It's not so bad for him. But Cure, he is a very strong player, and he gets the job done. Now, this is a cool opener that we've seen Astrea doing a little bit recently. Robotics facility first, into the Stargate. So he is going to go Phoenix Colossus, but he's going to do it in a different way. I feel like a Reaper grenade right here should be able to pop you over this little location. But it looks like Cure doesn't want to try. Now, this is going to be a Widowmine drop, I think, for the first time in this series. We'll see. We'll see if he continues pumping mines. Most likely. Yeah, okay. So it is going to be the 2 mine drop. And in this case, it's going to be, yeah, this. Oh, that's a great scout for Cure. That's such a good scout. Oh, my God. Oh, almost gets those 2 probes, but just barely doesn't. Astrea is able to save them. Ooh, Widowmine. Looking for the interception on this War Prism here. Warp Gate is complete, but it's only 1 gateway, so he's going to be relying on these 3 Adepts just together. Now, how many Phoenix do we have? We've got 2. Is he going to try and build the 3rd? No, he wants the Immortal first. If he knew that it was the mine drop... Well, actually, in this case, it's not the mine drop yet. Oh, nice job right there from Astrea. Snipes down the SCV. Will be able to get out. Loses 1 Adept, though. Does get a 2nd SCV, but you can see even just a little bit of mistake on the pathing, just going the wide way around the gas instead of getting everything over to the right side. Cost him one Adept. Good punish right there from Cure. Still, it's not bad. Not bad at all. 1 Adept for 2 SCVs. I think most Protoss will usually take that trade. And now the Phoenixes are going to move out a little bit. Obviously, Cure doesn't want to... The Hellion Scout was big, because it lets him know that he doesn't really want to be on the map with those Widow Mines, with that Widow Mine drop. Oh, there are 2 mines here. Oh! Nice job right there from Cure. Good split from Astrea to make sure he didn't take any splash damage from these mines. But unfortunate to lose a Phoenix. You never want to lose a Phoenix. This is a really nice little move right here from Cure as well. Knows where the Phoenixes are. He's going to send a drop to the other side. Very difficult to get the sneak out in this scenario. I do like that Astrea's got this Adept position in the middle of the map, but he's not going to be able to see this coming. Now, how many Colossus do we have in the field? First one's already out, but it's pretty important. Like, Astrea's setup does not want to have to be dealing with chaos. It wants to keep the fight contained to one front. Ooh, are we going to see a dive on the Raven? I think he was looking for it, but wasn't able to find it. This might actually just chill here until Stim, Combat Shields, and 1-1 are done. And I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that one bit. We are seeing more mines being produced. Cure, so sharp with his timings. Ooh, Adept. Oh my God, did he... He almost sees it. Phoenixes. Oh, they're going to find the Raven. That is so gigantic. Losing a Phoenix for a Raven every single day of the week. You will take that trade when you are going Phoenix Colossus versus a Raven-based push. Especially now with these 10-range Colossi. And Extended Thermal Lance is going to be done in time. You, of course, do need to buy a little bit of time for it, but it should be done in time. Well, yeah, no, it's going to be done in, yeah. Babylon's a short map, but it's not that short. Ooh, Phoenixes do get intercepted here. Oh my God, 4 Phoenixes have gone down. That was 2 extra Phoenixes, I think, that just died. Because one died on the other side of the map. Oh man, this drop is actually causing quite a problem. Oh, he's going to be able to find that additional Phoenix. And now a double drop coming on into the main base. It's going to be 3 drops coming in. 3 medevacs worth. Oh, and the Colossus recall into the army. One of them goes down immediately. There's another attack coming in on the bottom side. That is what makes this devastating for Astrea. It's not just the drop in the main. It is the second pronged attack. Oh, Widowmine gets the Phoenix as well. We see the drop coming back into the main base. Charge is done, but you gotta look at the supplies now. 15 probes have fallen. A Colossus went down. And what was looking like an amazing series in the making is gonna kind of peter out into a bit of a stomp in Game 3. Unless Astrea can pull off some utter miracles over the next little bit. He does have 7 gates, and he does have 2 Colossi, with a third one about 40% of the way done. He's getting a Void Ray right now, though, so that should tell you his level of desperation. He's kind of just hoping his opponent flies a couple of medevacs into him. And to be fair, if Astrea, you know, targets down the right medevac... Nah, he doesn't even have the Void Ray ready to go just yet. There it is. Zealots will try and morph on in. There's no recall available. It was already used. Cure using the SimCity against his opponent is going to be able to switch off 3 gateways. Can switch off 3 more and blink. Void Ray is actually being very helpful here. Oh, but the Widowmine's connecting on it. Good target fire from Cure. And a bunch of probes going down. Another second prong coming in. But it's not going to be... Well, I guess it's going to be the final nail in the coffin. And Cure will take game number 3 and the series with it. If you enjoyed that series, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell us what you liked about the players, and we'll catch you on the flip side.